Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and we are back with another episode of
Hot Comics,
a series where each week I pick out 5 comics that I think you need to be picking up now. Now, this week we are focusing on Thor, Love and Thunder yet again because I have 5 more books for you. There's always more. Sometimes, I can wrap everything up in 5 books, sometimes I can't. So I got some extra goodies here for you. But before we get into it, let me tell you about my giveaway. I'm giving away 3 awesome comic bundles at 500 subscribers. That's right, 3 lucky subscribers will each win one of these 3 comic bundles. All you have to do to enter is simply be subscribed and leave a comment on this video. If you would like additional chances to win, you can watch other videos on my channel and leave comments on those as well. Each comment on a new video is another chance to win. Good luck. Alright, as you can see real quick, I got a new corner of my room starting to be decorated. I need to get more posters. I got a little bit of empty space still, but I'm digging the way that it's coming out. There's a Galaga machine back here that I don't I don't think you can see it all, but it's back there and it's cool and I like it. But regardless, yeah, I hope you like the new little bit of variance and decoration. But let's go ahead and talk about Thor comics. So, some of the books I'll talk about today will be speculation. Some of it will be, a little more grounded. Actually, yeah, there's really only one fairly grounded. The rest are fairly speculative books. So let's go ahead and get into it with Thor 705. And this is only about a $5 book. So, you love these kind of books that you can pick up for dirt cheap, next to nothing. I saw somebody win an eBay auction for 99 cents on this thing. You can just get this book for, no cost. I saw somebody get a 9.8 for $50. And this is a beautiful cover. And this is the death of Jane Foster as Thor. And it might be a stretch, but there's a chance that we could see the death of Jane because we know she's going to become Thor in this movie. But we could also maybe still be getting her death in this movie. I have another theory to push off of this in another book we'll talk about here in a little bit. But even if we don't get the death of Jane in this movie, I do think, because she doesn't live forever like Thor. She's struggling with cancer and stuff, and there's a lot of different directions that they could take, because obviously they take from the source material, but, they take some liberties and change some things up. That being said, there's still some different ways they could go about, whether it be gore, whether it be the cancer, different things that could cause Jane Foster to die. So I think this is a nice little key to pick up that, again, right now it just costs almost nothing. You can probably get someone to give this book to you. But let's go ahead and move on to Hawkeye vs. Deadpool 0. And this is only about a $10 book. And this is a fairly controversial first cameo appearance of both Jane Foster Thor as well as Spider-Gwen. And it's controversial because some people say that it is the first cameo appearance of the 2 characters, and other people say no, those are just 2 people dressed up in costumes. But regardless, it is the first time we ever see those 2 designs in a comic book. Probably was just a little tease of what's to come. I don't know. I don't really know why they put them in the panel, but there they are. And I think this book will continue to gain value, and especially, if we get some Spider-Gwen stuff. Again, I always say, it's nice to have a key that has more than one thing going on with it. Sometimes, one thing's fine. You can have a really, really nice key, and it just be a really solid first appearance or something. But, if you got the little bonus, because it's first cameo appearance of Jane Foster Thor, but also first cameo appearance of Spider-Gwen, it's like, that's a nice little double of 2 pretty good characters. So, and again, $10 book. I actually picked up this whole run 0 through 5 for $5. So you can get this book for pretty cheap. Now moving on to War of the Realms Omega 1. This is about a $15 book. And this is when Jane Foster becomes a Valkyrie. So I'm thinking that there's a chance that Jane dies as Thor this is where I'm going into my wild speculation here. And I could be completely wrong. Might not even happen in this movie. Might be a different movie, or who knows? But because I'm thinking they're not going to want to take Thor's power away and then just leave him with nothing. At least not for too long. They might take it away for a little bit, but I can't imagine them doing it for too long. So they might basically kill Jane Foster off and then resurrect her as a Valkyrie or something. Again, I'm just throwing stones in the wind. Is that a saying? I don't know. I might have messed up that saying, but I'm just making wild accusations. But again, when the books are so cheap, go ahead and pick them up, because if anything might happen, then you got a nice little come up, But when nobody's really looking at books like these and you can get them for next to nothing, might as well. That's the way I look at it. You have very low risk in buying such a cheap book that has an okay shot of something happening with it. All these keys so far, like I said, may or may not happen, but I don't think it's anything that's crazy out of the question either. So, and this week I picked a lot of cheaper books. I've noticed the book at the end is a bit pricier, but even that one I think is kind of cheap considering. But let's go ahead and talk about Thor #2, and forgive me, I forget what volume this is, but this is the first full appearance anyway of Jane Foster as Thor, and this is right after that awesome first cover of Jane Foster as Thor. Man, I can't remember. I want to say that might be volume 4, but I don't hold me to it. Anyway, this is about a $30 book, and it's got a pretty cool cover on it too, and it's just first full, Jane Foster Thor. So this is going to hold good value. I think this one is just a solid book to pick up. I don't think it's going to be a super crazy, because that Thor 1 is such a amazing cover. And even though it is a cameo, it's a cameo plus a first cover, I still think that, that is definitely going to forever be a much bigger book than this. But I do think this book still has room to grow. I don't think this has quite hit the ceiling. I think, and especially it just depends on how long they do keep Jane Foster's Thor. Like I said, I kind of theorized that they may, only have her for this one movie, but maybe not. Maybe they keep her around. Maybe she is in an Avengers movie, and who knows what else, and she could be quite the popular character. And in that case, a book like this, could see some significant growth. And this feels like a pretty safe one. Even if she doesn't stay as Thor for too long, I still think this would, is a pretty safe bet. Fairly low, investment required into this book. And you might even be able to find it cheaper, But let's go ahead and talk about the last book. So like I said, this one's going to be a bit pricier. It's more expensive than all the other books combined, actually. So we're talking about Thor 337, and I'm sure I've talked about this book on the channel before, but I can't really, get across how understated of a key this is. This is first Beta Ray Bill, and you can get a really nice copy. I'm talking about a really nice copy for like $200. And, that is... You can, if you're getting an okay copy, you can probably go lower to $100, and you might get lucky and find one. People find deals is what I'm getting at, but I just think this is. I think he's on the verge of showing up, Beta Ray Bill. I don't know if it's going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, or it could be in the next Guardians movie. It could be somewhere else, but I really just have this gut feeling that Beta Ray Bill is on the horizon and will be showing up sometime relatively soon in Marvel, or in the MCU rather. And it's a first appearance, a super iconic cover. It's a really cool character. If you haven't read the Beta Ray Bill miniseries that just finished pretty recently here, it's just a 5-part miniseries. It was really good. I highly recommend it. Definitely should check that out. Very emotional story, but had a lot of action in it as well. But I just feel like this is a very cheap book for a good, solid first appearance. You know what I mean? There's a lot of characters that like even, modern characters that, which you're not saying, like, modern should always be, less value than, older books, but, you have, like, Silk's first appearance is probably worth more than this, and it's like, is that, I don't know, it feels like Thor 337 is just a key that doesn't have a lot of value at the moment, and I feel like it is a sleeper. I really, really do feel like it's a sleeper. I feel like when we get a Beta Ray Bill in the MCU, this book is going to be huge. And we haven't had too much talking about it. Obviously, what movie was that? Ragnarok. There was like that statue that looked like him. I don't know if it was supposed to be him or not, but that kind of gave some buzz to the character. But, I mean, ultimately it didn't, make any point to see that we would see him soon or anything. It wasn't like a in-credit scene. It was like, Beta Ray Bill's coming up, It was just a little tribute to him more so. But I could be wrong, I'm not I'm not able to look into the future and see what's going to happen. But if you want to take my opinion, or it might be your opinion too, but I really do think that Beta Ray Bill is a character that the MCU intends to use. So that's the 5 books I got for this week. I hope you enjoyed. If you think there's other Thor books, and keep in mind I've already made another video, so I have talked about other books that you should pick up before Thor Love and Thunder. But if you've watched both of those videos, this one and the one before, and there's still some Thor books that I'm missing, please leave me a comment and let me know. Also, let me know what you think about the setup. Like I said, I do need some more posters. I'll just wait until some come in. I don't know if I'll go back to using the other corner of the room next time, or wait until I can get some more posters to fill this area out. But I do like the way that it's coming along so far, and I'm excited to get some other things and fill it out and make it look all nice and stuff. But yeah, I guess I'll real quick. So I got the Me Love in the Dark, which is a new book. I just read the first issue. I liked it a lot. Noctera has been amazing. Super awesome indie book there. That might be hard to see for you, but this is a Mr. T-Day poster. Then we got Iron Hammer. And then up here is Venom 200. Again, might be hard for you to see. But some super cool posters that I picked up recently. And yeah, I'll need to be getting some more so I can fill out the wall. That's going to be it for today, though. Please leave a like on the video and, talk to me about some comics. And I will see you all next time. Ha ha ha!